Firefighting is mostly white and male. The California program aims to change that. Great, and how did that work out for you?
The whole entire hill's are on fire.
Oh, there goes the structure. Oh, look at it collapse. There it goes.
Oh my God. We're out of the way.
Hell.
Mandatory evacuation orders are now in place.
Feels like this a scene that you would see in a movie.
Oh, you're telling me this crack leadership team at the Los Angeles Fire Department dropped the ball? Surely not. You're telling me the LA fire chief should have focused more on preventing fires than her commitment to gay pride?
Its leadership has since changed.
Surely not. You're telling me the campaign to hire fewer white men, more women, and more rainbow people?
She took time out of her already busy schedule to tell us about her vision for the department's future, one that includes a 3-year strategic plan to increase diversity.
People ask me, well, what number are you looking for? So I'm not looking for a number. It's never enough.
Out of 3,300 city firefighters, only 115 are women right now. She's already looking at ways to change that.
Wasn't as important as making sure firefighters had enough water to put out fires? Surely not. According to the LAFD chief, there aren't enough firefighters. Who could have seen that coming?
113 LA city firefighters have been suspended without pay for defying the city's vaccine mandate.
The vast majority of fire hydrants don't even have a full water supply.
And I asked the captain, out of every 10 hydrants you attach to today, on average, how many are you getting full water from? He says little to none.
They're literally having to use traffic cones dunked in puddles. But it's just a conspiracy theory that there's no water.
No firefighters have told us that they are running out of water.
Same news station literally seconds later.
Well, firefighters have told me they have no water.
LA County, 72 genders, 0 operational fire hydrants. And why? Well, partly because they imposed environmental mandates that diverted water in order to protect a 3-inch fish.
As I've been trying to get Gavin Newsom to allow water to come. You'd have tremendous water up there. They send it out to the Pacific because they're trying to protect a tiny little fish, which is in other areas, by the way, called a smelt. And for the sake of a smelt, they have no water.
Yes, your home may have been totally consumed by raging flames. Your pets may have suffered agonizing deaths. Your life may never be the same again. But hey, at least we saved the smelt fish. Totally worth it, right? After all, no one could have predicted this anyway.
I talked to a fireman once. This is one of the reasons it freaked me out. And he was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind, and fire's going to start in the right place, and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean, and there's not a fucking thing we can do about it. I go, really? He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA, and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it.
Trump called it in 2018 and got mocked. But don't believe the firefighters when they're literally telling you there's no water to put out the fires. Don't believe those who claim DEI played a role. And don't believe anyone who's trying to politicize this by accurately blaming the people who were responsible for it. Far easier to just blame it all on global warming.
There are a lot of other issues, climate change.
Then absolutely no one in any position of power will have to take any responsibility whatsoever. The lack of accountability is truly shocking. But how is the media covering this? Thanks to Ground News, the sponsor of today's video, which you can check out at ground.news/PJW, or scan the QR code on the screen. I can instantly access every story on it and compare coverage. Interesting how the issue of the water tanks running dry is largely being ignored by left-wing sources, with only 6 out of 46 sources that lean left reporting on what should be a massive scandal. Also note how the New York Post blames Governor Gavin Newsom, while the left-wing Huffington Post tries to avoid pinning blame on public officials. Ground News helps me track all this and shines a spotlight on misleading narratives. You can check this out for yourself at ground.news/PJW. The link is down below. Social media algorithms can skew the kind of news coverage you're exposed to, and actually lead you down rabbit holes that only result in information overload, meaning you miss out on stories that are actually of interest. But Ground News helps dissipate all that noise by giving me access to what matters in a clear format in one place, helping me stay informed of breaking news developments as they happen, and more importantly, what the media isn't covering that could lead to blind spots. I've found Ground News to be an invaluable tool in shaping my daily news digest. So it's never been a better time to check out ground.news/PJW. They're currently offering my viewers 40% off the Vantage plan, which is the one I use for unlimited access. Crucially, they're independently owned and subscriber funded. So please support their mission to hold the media accountable at ground.news/PJW. I mean, yeah, parts of LA may now look like scenes from an apocalyptic disaster movie.
Okay, I guess let's park along this street, yeah? And then, Dave, if you can just go ahead of us and try to
But hey, at least as you desperately try to rescue charred photographs of loved ones from the remains of your home, you can peer out through the billowing smoke and ashes of your memories, safe in the knowledge that LA County has a diverse and inclusive workforce.
We are hosting our new employee orientation, and our focus is to teach our new employees for them to understand cultural competency, identify implicit and unconscious bias, and be aware of the importance of us having a diverse and inclusive workforce.
This utter clown, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, cuts $20 million in funding for the firefighters, is pissing around in Africa on vacation as LA burns, then has the temerity to act all stunned and victimised when she gets questioned on it.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Can you back up? Appreciate it. Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster?
I guess not, but rest assured Californians can get all the help they need at URL.
Right now, if you need help, emergency information, resources, and shelter is available. All of this can be found at URL.
In April 2021, Governor Gavin Newsom championed how wildfire response would be so much better under the Biden administration.
Support the Biden administration with resources, not just rhetoric, to help this collective cause. It's a different paradigm. It's a different framework.
Then had the nerve, after he ensured that all the water got dumped in the Pacific, to accuse Trump of politicising it for criticising one of the very policies that exacerbated the fires.
President-elect chose to attack you, blame you for this.
One can't even respond to it. This guy wanted to politicize it.
But don't forget about all those 3-inch fish that Newsom saved.
In order to protect a tiny little fish, the water up north gets routed into the Pacific Ocean. Millions and millions of gallons of water gets poured.
Meanwhile, Joe Biden's brave leadership was on display when he ensured that victims who had their homes and livelihoods destroyed got notifications.
We got notification yesterday their home was probably burned down.
Wow, I'm sure a lame text message from the government was of great comfort.
I'm going to break down again. That's what I feel. It's my whole life.
Everything was in there. So lost everything.
But it's not all bad news.
Good news is, I'm a great grandfather.
Questions as to how the fires started continue to swirl. Some blame hurricane-strength winds, others, well, they've got their own theories.
Well, I don't know how it started. We don't know how it started. There, winds.
It's all the gay people in LA.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
We got the
unacceptable.
But the true culprits behind this are the very same people Californians are now having to rely on to fix this disaster.
There's no water coming out of the fire hydrants. This is an absolute mismanagement by the city. It's not the firefighters' fault, but it's by the city. And I'm going to be very honest. We've got a mayor that's out of the country, and we've got a city that's burning, and there's no resources to put out fires. So if you look at your pictures, you don't see the firefighters there because there's nothing they can do. And it looks like we're in a third world country here.
America's on its knees. Just swear in Trump now, for God's sake. If you value what I do and you want to help support me, please visit pauljosephwatson.locals.com and either pledge a one-time donation or subscribe to join my community, get early access videos, and message me directly. And exclusive live streams coming soon too. Promise. Check out the Locals link down in the description. And don't forget to take a look at the brand new website, modernity.news. That's where you'll find all my content, including exclusive articles. That's modernity.news.